So, guys, welcome to the branding series, and today is the second day of me showing you the materials that we're going to be using in this course. That is, books that I want you to read before we commence this course, because I don't want you to just come to my class and come and learn trash or go and put trash out there. I'm happy to take you through this journey, and I'm very sure that at the end of the class with me, you are going to appreciate the time you spent on this page. So let's get started. I know my class can be expensive, and that's the reason why I'm doing this. So I believe you appreciate it as well. So don't miss this series so that you're not going to mix it. And for you not to miss the series, in order for you to avoid mixing it, subscribe to this channel and turn on your notification bell. And for you to be a prominent member of this channel, like always, share, and also what, comment. That will help the algorithm to recognize you more, and you can get notified first every time we drop video. Now, the third book that we are going to be talking about today is Creating a Brand Identity by Catherine Slade Brooking. This book, I can tell you categorically well that is one of those books that you are going to read that will make you not just be an ordinary designer, but at the same time be a strategic designer that tailored his design solution into a profitable product or result or value, whatever you might think of. The book covers a lot of things, right from what we call branding and brand identity, and it explains why people buy, why people choose brand, why we brand, everything about branding. This book actually explains it. It talks about research methodology, how to analyze your results. All of that is what these books talk about, and also talk about design process with references of different and existing brands. It talks about the methodology that the existing brands are using for them to create a beloved brand. So, for people to create a beloved brand, what are the things they are doing? All these things are what you need to communicate with your clients. And I still find it difficult seeing designers struggling to sell their ideas to clients. You see, as a designer, if you are still struggling to sell your idea to your client, that means you have little experience about what is happening outside there with the existing branch. You know, obviously, every business that wants to start today, they have a particular business that they are mirroring. They have a particular business that they want to look like. So if you as a designer wants to sell to them, they will buy your idea if you have stated what you are recommending for them as part of the thing that the brand that they are mirroring is doing. That makes you sell with ease. Take, for instance, you want to sell a wordmark logo to your client. It's one of the most difficult logos to sell. How can you convince them to buy it? You can convince them to buy it if you can have a brand out there that is part of the brand that they are looking up to, or that they know that they also want to be like. If you can mention 4 to 5 of them using wordmark and how successful they've become, it's likely that your client is going to buy into what, that idea of the logo you are selling to them. So as a designer, you don't just want to create something, you also want to be in the known. Remember, I usually tell my students, if you are not in the known, you can't be in the flow. So join the known so that I can be in the flow. So this book is a very good book for you to understand some ideas behind the existing brands and how they have been doing their things regarding their branding and marketing that makes them a beloved brand to you and me. So we'll move to the next one, which is a very good and nice book, part of the books that last year blessed me with. And this is from my very, very good friend and respected senior colleague, Made by James. I must tell you sincerely, I don't like this guy initially. Seriously, I don't like him, but it turned out to be my favorite designer right now. Yes, because if you don't understand somebody, there's high chance of you hating them for no reason. I don't say that I hate him before, but I don't just like him. He's not my favorite, but I can tell you categorically well now that he is my favorite designer. made by James. Can you see? So this book, you need it. There are a couple of things he wants to learn inside this book. He wants to learn how to be vulnerable. That's the number one thing, because the very first thing that you need as a designer when you are starting up is to build a strong personal brand. If you can build a strong personal brand, then you are going to go a long way. It helps you to create longevity. And this book demystify how to create a personal brand. A personal brand is not when you are creating a logo for yourself, you are choosing a color palette for yourself. Those things are part of it, but they are not it. So if you get this book, you tend to learn more about creating what is successful personal branding. That's number one. Number two that you're going to learn in this book is how to communicate with clients. But before going to communicating with clients, one of the most difficult things for designers is how to get started. You don't know how to start from scratch. This book will help you to understand how a successful designer that you're looking up to now, how he actually starts from scratch. Are you getting this now? From being a bad guy to being what? A guy that you want to be like in this industry. So it's a very good book to help you to develop yourself as a better designer. And it helps you to know how to communicate with clients, when to answer what? Your email, how to answer your email. This book covers it. Then it takes you through his design process, how he comes up with every of his logo, how he was able to know that this logo is going to work. And a lot of case studies is in this book that you can learn from. So I urge you to pick it up and let it be part of the book that you have to read before we commence our lecture on this series of what? Building a brand, like creating a premium brand for your clients. How can you do one? I really want to what? Dash you this class for free. So please read all these books. They are going to do you more good than you think. So in the next class, we are going to be talking about other books that we need to learn with in this particular series. Until then, let's keep creating.